This is ignorance. It's probably a zoo or something. As Africans, we should educate ourselves about the African continent. How developed is Namibia? Ask the Americans, and neither does our president. Namibia is actually like Europe. Like, why are you even coming for us? We are always just minding our business, staying in our country. Those that know. Drug dealing. Can somebody just educate this person? You need to travel. You're comparing Windhoek to Abia State. Guy, the cleanest cities in the world are Africans uniting. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is SCK. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now, I've realized that at least 80% of you have been watching this channel without subscribing. Can I just ask you for a little favor to just click that subscribe button? It's absolutely free of charge. And in case you're new here, on this channel, I do analysis, commentary, reactions, as well as reviews on topics that are trending. This can range from political, social, up to economic, African, Black, and worldwide news. Thank you so much. Twitter has been hot since the time that Speed visited Namibia. As small as Namibia is, and the way it is so underestimated, I really didn't think there are people that would attack Namibia, to be honest. Because I mean, we are very small, we mind our business, we don't put ourselves in other people's businesses, we don't fight people on social media, we are just really just minding our business in our small country. In terms of population, don't get me wrong, big, a very large land mass. It's as big as Nigeria. However, we are only 3.1 million people in Namibia as of the 2025 statistics. So honestly, I didn't think there's anybody that would want to get into, a Twitter war or an X fight with Namibia. But since Speed got into the country, I've seen some, tweets from Nigerians that had actually triggered a lot of Namibians, even though this fight has been single-handedly, tackled by one person on Twitter. So there has been this fight with Namibia fighting Nigeria on social media on X. Not that it's so relevant, but I felt I should comment on this. A lot of you guys underestimate Namibians. We are very quiet. You don't see us trending on social media or news trending on social media. I mean, it's only obvious because we are only 3.1 million. Well, we are not entirely perfect. We have our own problems as well. But to be honest, we have a very working system. We are managing our problems, to be honest, and we are making sure we stay in the country. I'm not currently speaking from the country, but I know my country is doing well and it's doing better. Like if you find Namibians in maybe South Africa or nearby countries like Angola, Zambia, maybe Botswana, and all that. These Southern African countries are actually close to us or related to us. Like many of us would have families in these countries. People from the north and northeastern regions have families in Angola. People from the south have families in South Africa. Some have families in Zambia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and so on. Maybe these are the countries that you'd mostly find us. And of course, if you find us abroad, we are mostly studying. And even those that are in these countries, most of them really just go for studies and they come back to the country and stuff. So we are managing ourselves as small as we are. So a lot of people really just ignore us. I don't know if they ignore us or they don't see the significance of really just getting to know Namibia. And that is the ignorance in Africa, where a lot of people just ignore these smaller countries until they really just find out what the countries are made of. That's when they're like, oh wow, Namibia is actually like Europe. Oh my God, thanks to people like Speed, people like Wodemeyer, and this American YouTuber that I've seen that is in Namibia also, that has rated Namibia as the second most beautiful country that people can live in. I think he compared it to, I think it's Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, that he compared it to. Yeah, so he said it's more like Phoenix, Arizona. You find people of all races and the infrastructure and all that. So a few people that have been traveling to Namibia are actually exposing us out there to the world, but a lot of Africans are still ignorant about the country. They think Namibia is just some village. So this fight is not that it's very relevant, but it really does bring forth certain concerns about Africans. Like, why are we so ignorant about other African countries? Like, most of us do not really want to learn about other countries. We want to assume and think this is what this country is about, just because you don't hear it in the news, just because you don't hear that there's a Namibian that has done greater things and all that. Not that they don't exist, but you don't just hear it in the news. We are not making headlines all the time. So a lot of Africans will just sit down in their own countries and feel, oh, we are better than everybody else because we are out there, you know, everybody is talking about us. But then the advantage is actually in the population. So if your population is large or bigger, obviously you are, and you are all over the world, not only in Africa, you are everywhere in the world. Obviously people are going to learn about you, but that doesn't necessarily make you a better person. You see what I'm talking about? If you meet 5 people abroad, 4 of them or 3 of them are going to be from Nigeria. So obviously because of the larger population, people know more about them. But because we are very few, you find only a few people abroad. A lot of people don't know about us. But that doesn't make Namibia a bad country, or doesn't make Namibia you know, a useless country. So the Twitter war is not really relevant, but I feel like it's exposing some ignorance in a lot of African people. So what actually triggered this war? Why did Namibia come for Nigeria? So I'm going to be talking about why Namibia came for Nigeria and how Namibia tackled Nigeria, and then of course why Nigeria is apparently not fighting back. This war is mainly on Twitter, but it's also on Facebook. I've seen like a lot of screenshots on Facebook. We are not angry about this. One thing about us is that we don't care because we know who we are. So we are not really mad about this whole thing. We just understand that some people are just ignorant. So one of the tweets that actually triggered the fight read as follow: Speed learns that Himba women make a traditional perfume using smoke from fire and apply it under their arms to keep the odor away. Somebody came here and say, how did Speed enter Namibia? Do they have airports? I don't know if this person meant to just be funny on social media, or whether he meant to just whether he meant it, whether he was serious about it. I'm not quite sure. But to be honest, there's certain people that don't even know about these things. Like, you'd find people like this, whether he meant it, whether it was funny. I felt like it's important to put it out there that this is ignorance, that there are certain people that are so ignorant like this, that would think a country like Namibia wouldn't have airports and all that. Because to them, when they hear Namibia, they probably think it's probably a zoo or something, but we're not a zoo. How can you say Namibia doesn't have an airport? A whole Namibia, a whole land of the brave, not to have an airport. Well, our airport is not as big as the Nigerian airports. But we do have airports, like we have the Hosea Kutako International Airport, we have the Eros Airport. So we do have airports. Like, what country wouldn't have an airport? Of course, why should we have a huge airport? Our population is only 3.1 million. We are still growing. We are still developing. And believe me, our country is even more beautiful, more structured, more organized. So this had triggered a lot of dragging from Namibians, of which I was so impressed, because when I was reading the comments, especially this one Twitter user that was tackling Nigerians single-handedly, and there was another one, they were tackling them like, oh my gosh, the dragging was much. And the funny thing is, a lot of Nigerians were actually supporting us, and some of them were actually saying, I will also go to Namibia. Like, a lot of them, like a large percentage of Nigerians were actually supporting us. I was like, yeah, because why would you attack us? What is out there that they can actually use against us? There's absolutely nothing. If you find something, it's just a few things on poverty that was reported on poverty. But to be honest, the poverty can't even be compared to the Nigerian poverty. So wait now, this lady actually tackled him. This is a lady from Namibia. She said, you know, from the names we know these people are Nigerians. So she said, you are Nigerians, so we understand your lack of knowledge when it comes to development. You only know the UK and US. Educate yourself, don't bore us. You see, this is also a very important aspect to look at. Like a lot of Africans, there are so many Africans that are more interested in Europe, the West, more than they are interested in Africa itself. I think as Africans, we should educate ourselves about other African countries before we can learn about the West or you know, the US and the UK. I understand that most of us want to be in the UK because they are, or the US because they are more developed, but I think it's very important to understand the basic knowledge about the African continent before you can really try and learn about the US or the UK, because there are so many African countries that are really just better to live in than the UK or the US, to be honest, especially in Southern Africa. And then this person comes and say, how developed is Namibia? Lol. You see, this is the ignorance I am talking about. There is no difference actually between living abroad and living in Namibia. It may not be as developed as the UK or the US, but it's one of, you know, the African countries where you can have a better lifestyles. Ask the Americans that have been to Namibia, ask the Africans that have been to Namibia, they'll tell you. So then the girl came and said, so developed that our electricity grid doesn't collapse, and neither does our president. Okay, okay, let me focus. Let me focus. Okay, let me focus. This one just killed me. This last one. This last one, so developed that our electrical grid doesn't collapse, and neither does our president. Somebody says, Nigerians stay in glass houses, but now them throw stone pass. Can you imagine? You stay in glass houses, but you're the one that is throwing stones. So this one took me off, guys. So another reason why I think Nigerians are not coming at us hard, because Nigerians would really come for you like really hard. I've seen their fights with Ghana, South Africa, and Kenyans and stuff. Like they really go hard. But with us, they didn't. A lot of them are saying, oh, it's because you're just a small country. We just don't care. We don't want to. No, you just don't know where to hold us. That you have nothing against us. Like there's nothing there out there that you can use against us, because everything that's out there is really just beautiful. You see, that's why even yourselves, you know, a lot of Nigerians are actually coming to support us, because they know the country, the lifestyle is mostly more or less similar to Europe or US and stuff. Those that are educated and those that know Namibia and have been to Namibia, they understand that there is nothing there to say against us. So even the person that actually posted this is actually Nigerian. So the part of the president. And then another reason I think why they're not coming at us like really hard is because of the timing. You see, the begging that happened when Speed was in Nigeria, and then of course the president collapsing. So obviously the whole thing just humbled them. It just humbled them, and they're like, let's not even talk. I mean, come on, we have a female president. Has there ever been a female president in Nigeria? So you can see how advanced and progressive the Namibian society actually is. We have a lot of female leaders. We actually have a lot of females, educated females actually in Namibia. Like our females are more educated, you know, they take education seriously and stuff, and they are competing in high positions, you know. So that's a progressive society basically. There's an account on Twitter that has actually been pulling out facts about Namibia. Like ever since the fight started, they've been bringing up all the facts, the statistics, all the beautiful things about Namibia. And even South Africans, Ghanaians are actually supporting Namibia and showing these facts. There's the African First account on social media that went on and said, there is a pink fridge in the middle of the desert in Namibia stocked with drinks for tourists. And then even Wardemaya shared this and said, it's for a nearby resort called Desert Grace. Since the area is extremely hot, they offer cold drinks to help you cool down before you reach the resort. It's powered by solar. The pink color was inspired by the way the desert reflects colors during the sunset. I mean, look at this beautiful. Who even comes for a beautiful country like Namibia? Like, come on. Before you even start, you just have to look at yourself. You know, we are very calm people. I said in my last video that Namibia is a country that is actually underestimated by a lot of people. Like when you hear the population is just 3.1, and of course, because you don't hear much about it, you'd think, which country is this? Do they even have anything? Until you really get to Namibia and you realize there is so much substance. Our city is the cleanest city, very organized, not chaotic. The Namibian people are also the same. When you meet a Namibian, you'd think, what does this one even have got? Like, do they even know anything? Like, I've met a lot of people when I tell them I'm from Namibia. Those that are well-traveled and educated about Africa, when they hear Namibia, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful country. Wow, beautiful, this and that. But then certain people that are not really, open-minded, and they haven't really traveled to a lot of countries, or they haven't educated themselves about a lot of African countries. When they hear Namibia, they think, what does she know? Until you really start talking, or until you really start doing things, that's when they realize this person is actually good. This person actually knows something. You see, they underestimate us. So this is how Nigerians underestimated Namibians. I don't think they saw it coming. I don't think they thought Namibians will come at them. You see, we are very quiet, but if you look for our trouble, you will find it. And when we come to you, we come to you so hard. We don't pity, because we only come with facts. Like, we know, and I was so impressed at how this Dilula and the other Twitter guy were actually spitting facts, only facts about Nigerians. Even Nigerians were saying, it's true now, what can we do about it? Everything that they're talking about is true. For the first time, I've seen Nigerians actually humbled by a small country. And of course, South Africa is also supporting us in all this. Like, they are really supporting us in all this. South Africans are actually happy. They're like, oh, Namibia, our cousins, you are fighting our fights. It's another tweet here that came, and this is actually facts from Africa First. They came and say, Namibia's ICT minister, Honorable Emma Theophilus, is just 29 years old. She became deputy ICT minister at only 23. The country is investing in young leadership for the future, while some places are still investing in the same old politicians. Who is the admin for this Africa First? Because come on, they are only spitting facts. And this is why I'm saying the Namibian society is very progressive in terms of, politics. We are social, political, and economical progressive. The economy, we are still not yet there. But to be honest, until I know a lot of Namibians will come here and say, what are you talking about? We are suffering here. Until you leave the country, that's when you will realize what potential your country actually has. I'm not currently in the country, and I can tell you for free that Namibia is not having it bad. I do agree that there's so much that can be done, and there's so much that should have been done. And believe me, I'm always the first when I see that something is not right. I'm not biased. When something is not right, I'm going to criticize, even if it's my country. I'm going to criticize. But when I see that something is good, I'm also going to say it. We have a long way to go as a country. There's so much that we can do, but we are trying our best. Somebody said, Namibians, let's end this Twitter war. T-war. I think that's what they call it. I'm not a Twitter person. What if Nigerians start becoming illegal foreigners in our country instead of South Africa as a form of revenge? and then they put the picture of the president. There was so much dragging yesterday, and my goodness. Now I do see a few tweets from Nigerians who decided to come for us as well today. Somebody here said, if Namibians are just 3 million in population, then who are those trolling Nigerians? I guess the president must be part two. Somebody say our president is also trolling. Come on, she's got important things to do. And then this one is saying, you missed the point. Namibians are simply trying to let you know that the system works. And this is not a Namibian, no. This looks like a Nigerian. So Namibians are trying to tell you that the system works. For a country surrounded by a desert, they are doing very well compared to our Nigeria. So this is actually a Nigerian. You see what I was talking about? Nigerians are actually not coming for us that hard because they know that the country works. Those that know. Compared to our Nigeria that has it all, and people still pay to charge their phones, network issues, bank issues, tribalism, and etc. This one is saying, I can pay Namibian teachers for 3 years without suffocating. A governor in Nigeria can pay Namibia cabinets for 10 years without issues. Like, are you serious? Are you for real? Our teachers are some of the most well-paid teachers in Africa. You can go and Google it. So what are you talking about? You can pay Namibian teachers for 3 years without suffocating. Are you serious? What kind of work do you do? Drug dealing? Okay, I'm getting angry now. But this is funny. Now somebody came for us as well here. I think they tried to go, they saw that it was getting tough, like, oh, let's stand up, let's defend ourselves. So this one says, Namibia has just 3 million people. More than half of them are living in multidimensional poverty. The capital city, Windhoek, is littered with shanties, with child poverty everywhere. This person has never been in Namibia. Which Windhoek is littered with the child poverty everywhere? I've made a video about our shanties. Go and check them out. They are the cleanest shanties you can get. Every country has a place or shanty towns. There are a lot of people that want to come to the cities, and when they come to the cities, because of the cost of living in the cities, they always have to build somewhere, you know, some temporary structures. If you go to our shanty towns, you know, you will see how clean it is. It's not even dirty like this person is describing it, that, oh, there is multidimensional poverty with the capital city is littered with shanties, with child poverty everywhere. Namibia cannot even measure up to Abia State, one of the most underdeveloped states in Nigeria. What is this person talking about? Where are they getting this information? Those of you who have been to Namibia, to Windhoek especially, if you're watching this and you're not Namibian, can you educate this Twitter person that is saying that, oh, there is shanties everywhere in Namibia? Because this is a pure lie. I can even, I'm even going to tag a video where I went to some of the shanty towns in Windhoek. They are not littered. They are even cleaner, very clean. They are not like the shanties I've seen in Nigeria. Apparently, he said, yes, some idiots calling themselves Nigerians are encouraging insults from a tiny country like Namibia that Nigeria has been giving aids to since their creation because they don't like the president. This person, where is this person getting their facts? AIDS. Since Nigeria has been giving aids to Namibia, these guys are stuck in the past. Obviously, during the time of the liberation struggle, Nigeria might have given aids to Namibia, but which aids? Like, can somebody just educate this person? So they went to Google some pictures on Google and put it there. I'm like, what are you talking about, my brother? You need to travel. But a lot of people actually came for this guy. Like, you have to get your facts straight. Of course, you will see some information about poverty in Namibia and all that, shanties and stuff. Which country doesn't have shanties? Somebody came and said, like, the poverty rates between Windhoek and Abuja. So they posted this and they said, while both cities serve as national capitals, Abuja generally faces a high incidence of multidimensional poverty compared to Windhoek, though both grapple with extreme wealth inequality and rising urban costs. You can't even, you're comparing Windhoek to Abia State. Guy. Or Abia, whatever, is it Abia State or Abia City or whatsoever that he was talking about? Like, Windhoek, Windhoek, please. And then this affects that they got poverty rate comparison. Abuja FCT, multidimensional poverty rate, approximately 48.3%. While this is lower than Nigeria's national average of 63%, nearly half of the FCT residents experience severe deprivations in health, education, and basic living standards. Monetary poverty projection of 2020 for 2026 suggests that as many as 141 million Nigerians, 62% of the population, could be living in poverty. We do have our problems, don't get me wrong, but do not compare Windhoek to some state. Like which state? Those disorganized, dirty places you're comparing to one of the cleanest cities in the world. Please, guys. But anyways, this was actually fun, to read on Twitter. It was actually fun, and my Namibian people, you guys did well. Saving us, especially the two Twitter users or two Twitter handles that really tackled these people. But anyways, it's just, it's not something really relevant. It's not like we should fuel it. It's not like we should. I'm not even serious. Like, I'm not even here. I don't support African countries fighting against each other, talking about which country is better, which country is this, which country is that. I support Africans coming together, Africans uniting, and Africans working together. One of these days I'm going to make a video about what exactly is, keeping Africans underdeveloped in African countries, because honestly I feel like there's a lot we can do to support each other instead of fighting against each other. I've seen wars between South Africans and Nigerians, South Africans and Ghanaians. It's this thing, this feeling, this grandiose feeling of feeling like, oh, we are better than the other people. And I think that is where we are getting it wrong as Africans, where you feel like, oh, I should be better than the other person all the time, instead of us really just working together to make sure that everybody is actually doing good. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. What do you think about this fight? Put it in the comment section down below. Would you prefer to live in Nigeria or Namibia? That's the question. Thank you so much. My name is Ceci. Thank you for the support. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.